how's it going everyone? Blue Knight here and welcome back to another Ratchet & Clank video, and oh boy, today has been a day. The PS5 was revealed alongside Insomniac's Spider-Man 2 and Insomniac's other project, which is the next installment in the Ratchet & Clank series called Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. And I gotta say, this has gotta be the most amazing Ratchet & Clank experience there is, but also the most chaotic Ratchet & Clank experience, because it focuses around dimensions. Yeah, we thought time travel in Ratchet & Clank was, pretty good, but dimension travel, okay, this is looking way better. Well anyways, what I'm going to do today is break everything down that we got in the trailer, as well as go over what information that we have regarding the game and its story, which isn't a whole lot as it's just confined to the trailer and the gameplay. But overall, this game looks really good and I can't wait to see more of it. So let's go ahead and get started. So starting out, Ratchet & Clank land on this alien planet via a dimensional rift, wherein we get to see, well, Ratchet & Clank, who look even better than in the reimagining, with Ratchet looking a bit older than the reimagining, but also a bit more mature, more closer to a crack in time, and I kinda like that. But I still have a question of whether or not this game takes place post Into the Nexus or post reimagining, because we got a bunch of references to everything. The Robo-Dogs and the Sand Sharks from the reimagining. Ratchet's design is from the reimagining, so there's that. We got Thugs for Less from Going Commando and Into the Nexus, so yeah, this could be post Into the Nexus. I mean, we're dealing with dimensions here, so yeah, that's another reason to believe this could be post Into the Nexus. Now, whether or not these dimensions falling apart has to do with anything like Clank grabbing the Dimensionator at the end of Into the Nexus, we do not know just yet. But we have a reason to believe that Dr. Nefarious may be the one behind it, because not only do we see a hologram of him at the end of the trailer, but he is mentioned by Ratchet & Clank in the gameplay. And also we got some robots that look like they belong to him, so yeah, we got that. But why he would be a villain here after looking like he's turning good at the end of All for One, I'm not too sure just yet. But Ratchet & Clank now can apparently ride creatures of, well, many different creatures actually, flying and terrestrial. Now, this is very interesting. We never had this in the series before, and this is going to offer up some pretty good gameplay mechanics, if I do say so myself. And we're also sliding down buildings apparently. Now, this is also another feature that was never in the series before. Again, really nice. And just real quick, is this Insomniac's way of pleasing all the Ratchet & Clank fans with the reimagining and the main series? Because I know they said before they were trying to decide whether to continue the reimagining or continue the main series where Into the Nexus left off. And just an interesting tidbit I thought I'd share. Now, speaking of the future series, we do see these creatures at the start of a trailer from Tools of Destruction. We also get to see the robot pirates from Quest for Booty. And we also get to see Monolith Fields from A Crack in Time. All of which look really amazing. And why they're here, I'm not exactly sure. I mean, yeah, not much of the story is known just yet, but it's pretty amazing. Now, at the end of the trailer, you know, the part with the robot pirates and stuff, there's a squid-looking thing coming out of this portal. Now, it does maybe resemble one of the weapons from the series. I can't remember the name of it, but I will display it on the screen once I find it. But it does look pretty interesting. There's a futuristic city which sort of reminded me of Miro City from Into the Nexus due to the flashing lights and abandoned look. Well, at least at the end of the trailer. Right before it shifts over to seeing how not abandoned it is, after Clank winds up going through a portal being separated from Ratchet. And where he encounters, wait, hello there, who are you? That's right, this is another Lombax, a female Lombax. And, okay, first off, I thought female Lombaxes did not have tails. You have a tail. So, are we finally seeing the Lombax's dimension? Or is this an alternate version to Ratchet? I'm very confused and I have a lot more questions after seeing this. I mean, is this character going to be playable? I mean, Clank is here in this dimension and instantly meets this character, so why not make this character playable? I mean, yes, please, make this character playable. I mean, I'm sure you will, because Clank's here, so... But back to the point, Clank seems to be separated from Ratchet again, so as with most of the future series. So that's really all I have to talk about regarding the trailer, so let's go ahead and move on to the gameplay. The gameplay itself introduces us to a new gadget called the Rift Tether, where Ratchet can travel to different versions of each dimension, and with new enemies and stuff like that. And honestly, this is a really good mechanic. And I thought time travel from A Crack in Time was a pretty darn good mechanic, but this is next level. I mean, yeah, it's similar, but it's very next level, and I really like it. The transition, really good. And there's noticeably a lot more civilians running around than usual, but I don't think I've seen these guys before, so this maybe could be another galaxy? I mean, we got locations from the Polaris galaxy, so I don't know. And we can see at certain points that Ratchet has some new abilities added to his moveset. Well, more specifically regarding dodging, so there's that, and that's honestly pretty good. We also get to see a couple of Ratchet's weapons, like the Topiary Sprinkler, which creates a bunch of plants and, well, assumingly squirts enemies with water. Well, hard jets of water, I should say. The Burst Pistol, which is basically your basic standard Lancer / blaster. And the Shatter Bomb, which is kind of like the fusion grenade from Into the Nexus, as well as the reimagining. And yeah, there's not really a whole lot else I can really say about this. I mean, yeah, there's several new locations here that we can't really make out. I mean, this is a new game, so yeah, there's going to be new locations. I mean, I'm very, very curious of how this is all going to go. I mean, oh boy. And don't even look like you need a ship just to go from level to level. Well, at least in terms of the gameplay that we've seen, we're really just going between one version of a level to another. But in terms of the trailer, that's what it seems to imply, but in terms of the gameplay, not so much. I mean, this is one heck of a Ratchet and Clank experience. I mean, I've played a lot of Ratchet and Clank games, and oh boy, this mixes things up a whole lot, and I'm really liking it. Hey look, there's a civilian that just got stuck into a portal. Really good. So yeah, not really much else I can say regarding this, because I'm literally doing this video unscripted, and my mic isn't as good as I normally use. So yeah, this is going to be it for today's quick Ratchet and Clank video update. But don't worry, I will be covering more about this game as we learn more. I should also mention that this footage that we see in the trailer, well, gameplay, is pre-alpha footage. So we're going to see an updated build soon enough. So again, that's all for today's video, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting the channel. And don't forget to stay tuned for even more Ratchet and Clank content as it happens. Once again, I've been Blue Knight, and I'll see you guys back here next time. Goodbye.